It's obviously historic, the first black female Speaker of the House. This was all done according to our state constitution and our state statutes. All the drama, it's interesting. Leading up to this, there's been all this conversation about, oh, it's going to be so dramatic today. It's going to be, such a fun, unconventional experience. But what we saw was a very orderly process. Everything went exactly according to our parliamentary rules, and it was actually a very ordered affair. So celebrating the election of Speaker Lisa Demuth and getting forward to getting down and getting to work here at the Minnesota House.
Well, it's great to finally have balance back in Minnesota. What we saw the last 2 years in full Democrat control of government was Minnesotans being ignored, even though it was a very narrow majority. Now we have a majority in the House until maybe the January 28th special election, but we should be moving forward and doing our work as representatives.
Well, I'm excited Lisa was elected as the Speaker. She is going to do an excellent job. She's already started surrounding herself with excellent individuals and putting a great team in place. So we're excited to have her. And Minnesota is fortunate to have Lisa Demuth as Speaker of the House.
I think there's a very good case to be made that this was nonfeasance on the part of all 66 members of the House Democrat caucus. And the reason for that is not just that they weren't here today, it's that they expressed publicly what their intention in not being here today was, which was a futile attempt to prevent the House from organizing and prevent the legislature from even existing as such. Sounds pretty insurrection-y to me. At the very least, it's grounds for nonfeasance, which is a legitimate purpose for calling a recall.
Well, I think people should show up to work that they're getting paid for. I mean, that's what any other Minnesotan would expect. So if they're going to continue not to show up, I would say yes. I hope they change their minds, though. We have work to do.
I don't see a path that they could use to take it to the courts. Everything that was done today was in accordance with our state constitution, state statutes, and the rules of the House and parliamentary procedure. I don't know on what basis they would have any standing to contest a procedure that they were not here for, especially when they have said publicly that their purpose in not being here was an explicit attempt to prevent the House from being organized as such.
I don't expect Democrats to take the issue of Demuth's election to courts because it was done legally, fairly, and objectively.
Everything ends up in courts these days, so yes, I imagine it may end up in the courts, but we followed the law step by step through the process. I do not expect them to prevail.
Well, I'm excited as a freshman legislator to be involved in the process and start working for Minnesota and really help make Minnesota a better place for everybody.